Hey guys, Deborah here. I just wanted to talk to you a moment about something that I think just came to me with regard to I Pet Goat. And if you don't know what that is, it's like a short film. Well, there's I Pet Goat 1 and I Pet Goat 2. I have not even seen the film because the Lord has not let me see it. Like I've been held back from seeing it. When I go to watch it, I just feel like a really wrong feeling. And it's not saying those who study it shouldn't watch it. For me, I don't know, something about the frequency. I know the sound, the volume, the music, there's a frequency in it that can really, it's really bad. So I'm not urging anyone to watch this short film. I'm just going to talk about something that those who do study it, and I think there's a place for it. People are given maybe special ability to listen to it and watch it. It's a really dark thing, to discern and decipher it. Aaron from Exalted Lamb 1 is kind of the person that the channel I follow on this. So he's always said from the beginning that the 12 figures around the girl in the center, her name is Lily, is the 12 figures are our presidents, 12 presidents that are very significant. And this symbolic scene represents the Revelation 12 sign, like the 12 stars above her head. Now, I'm going to show you a quick clip of a video he's done. And, I'll write the name of his channel on the, like on the video or in the description box or something, so you guys can go see the whole video. I'll probably link it because I do want to promote his channel. I'm not saying like I've come up with this, but I've figured something out that I think could be true with regards to this. So he's always said those are the 12 presidents, and it's also the Revelation 12 sign. And somehow I feel like this whole scene, the 12 leaders of the US are a mimic, oh, that's not even a word, are a representation or a mockery of, or a duplication. We know the enemy duplicates what God does. Like he doesn't create things, he duplicates it. Just like, there's Jesus, the Christ, Jesus Christ, and then there's going to be the Antichrist or a pseudo Christ, which is basically a mimic of Jesus, a copy of him in the dark side. So what if these 12 figures are a copy of the 12 shepherds of Israel from the Enoch Prophecy? And I've talked a bit about the Enoch Prophecy on my channel, talk about the book of Enoch, and that this prophecy has not been debunked yet. Netanyahu is the 12th shepherd, and even though it's so crazy how many times it seems like he's going to be out and gone, he's not. And then I do believe he is the one who's going to bring in the Antichrist system, he's not bringing it in, but like will be the last prime minister and will be the one around for the rapture of the church and the tribulation, that he will be the last shepherd of Israel. And I'm not going to go into that. I've done many videos before. You can look at a few other videos that I've done about the 12 shepherds of Israel and the prophecy of Enoch, and that the prophecy basically says like he's going to be the one that brings in the end times, just like the Malachi prophecies or the Malachi prophecies, however you say it, how that prophecy talks about the 112th, again with 12, 112th Pope, who will bring in the great and terrible judge and his judgment. So again, 112, the 12th, 112 popes, 12 shepherds of Israel. There's actually 70 shepherds, but the last are the 12 who are in the end times. And then here you have the 12 leaders, just like the 12 stars in the Revelation 12 sign, 12 stars above her head. Could these 12 leaders be a duplication of, like a mimic of the 12 shepherds of Israel? And now I don't know the significance to that, but I just think that's something to ponder. Now, for those who don't understand and know about I Pet Goat, again, that's a whole nother thing. You could check out Aaron, Exalted Lamb 1 is his channel, and he's going to go into great detail about all that. There's so much, and he has some serious, significant dates coming up, why he believes there could be attacks, there could be big things, and my next video is going to be kind of about that. But this one, I just wanted to put a clip in that he shows you, and he talks about the 12 boys who were in the cave, that being kind of like all of this is like hidden in plain sight, like the enemy has to tell you before he does stuff. And those 12 boys in the cave, it's like these 12 guys look like the 12 boys. I mean, it was almost like it was just symbolic. Like it was just, like just a symbol to say these events are about to happen, and that there are only 12 leaders left, and then the end will come. And stay tuned, because in this video, you're going to see him talk about who he says is the Antichrist, who he says Trump is, is he good? Is he bad? What side is he on? What's going on? And basically he goes into all of that. So use your discernment, pray about it. For me, my discernment, God has amped it up to next levels, not boasting my own horn or tooting my own horn or whatever. But it's kind of like most stuff, I just know a lot of stuff. Like, I don't have to research it. It's just like, I just kind of know. And if I have a weird feeling about it, sometimes it takes me a bit of time to be sure. And I've not fallen for things before, but I've definitely given them more time that they're needed when the Lord shows me right away, like certain things people have said, certain date setting stuff, certain theories, certain channels. I'll give them time, and the Lord will say, no, this is not right, it's not right. But I give them more time trying to see, trying to feel it out, when from the get-go, it was like the first thing he told me was right, that he showed me, like, no, this wasn't legit, that is legit, or whatever. So I try to go on that. I don't want to go too much on instinct, because it's not instinct, it's discernment, but there is, a human level, so I have to be careful with that. But most stuff you hear from me is because I feel like I'm pretty sure at this point. So I'm sharing this video because it's pretty crazy. It's just a tiny clip of his video. It's a tiny clip, and his video is like over an hour long. This is just a little clip just to talk about the 12 leaders. And like I said, I really think it mimics, it's like the enemy's opposite to the 12 shepherds and of Israel. And it's just crazy that there's 12 shepherds, there's these 12 presidents, and there's 112 popes. So I don't think this is coincidence. And I just think that it just shows this is it. Like, there's not going to be another 20 presidents, another 20 leaders of Israel, another 100 popes. Like, no. I mean, no. This is crazy. I mean, anyway, I'm just rambling now. Sorry. So let's get into the video. And yeah, like I said, you could visit his channel and see the whole thing. And I don't urge you to watch iPet Goat or iPet Goat 2 unless you feel the Lord is really leading you, because there's frequencies in the sound and it's really dark. So, but just this clip is, that's okay. He doesn't show the actual video. So anyway, I hope you get something out of it. I hope you find this interesting. Just pray about it all. And yeah, we will talk again soon, and just look up for your redemption draws nigh. So until next time, stay tuned and watch the video now. God bless and shalom.
I want to point out in this depiction of Lily in the center here, and then this is, kind of a funky representation of the Revelation 12 sign, as I've shared. But as you see, these arrows are pointing to the barbed wire. The barbed wire, what I've come to understand is the barbed wire represents death, okay? And it's wrapping around these different presidents. Now, like I say, and I'm going to show you right here, this is Kennedy, because he has a hole in the head. He was shot. This, I believe, is Clinton, and I'm going to get into all the reasons why right now, some of these things, because there's a lot of explanation. I'm trying to move on here. These are the Bushes. The reason why their head's connected is because they're both Bush. And then this is where, President Bush, former President Bush, when he was this, he's dead now, but when he was in the CIA, he was a big part of getting rid of Kennedy, okay? And that's why he's right here behind him, looking at him. But this is also the eclipse of the sun back in 2017, because this is a big timeline, August 2017. But it's multiple things. He's silencing Kennedy right here. Both Bushes are right here. This is actually, let me go to the next slide here, because see what okay. So let me show you. This is Nixon right here, because if you notice all these heads, they're all, egg-shaped kind of. This is the only one, when you look at it straight on, it's perfectly round. And it looks like, kind of like the moon. Okay, it's round like the moon. And what president was around when we went to the moon, supposedly? We didn't actually go to the moon, but that's Nixon. This is Nixon. Okay, and I'm going to share with you, this is Trump. This is Obama right here, and I'm going to prove that. And then this guy, look at this one with this arrow's pointing to. You'll see here. Let me just show you who that is. Former President Jimmy Carter was just admitted to hospital for brain surgery. There's brain surgery right there. In fact, I was looking for doing some research. I'm thinking that had to do with brain surgery. You know, this section of the brain that's open and the skull open and everything. And there was nobody that really qualified until just a few days ago. He supposedly now has cancer, brain cancer, and he just the other day, I think it was yesterday, the day before, he was just admitted to hospital emergency for brain surgery. So this is all playing out. iPad Goat is playing out in every way. These are all FFs. Okay, and then right here next to him this is Reagan. Okay, the reason why I say this, before it has this shot, it shows her from an angle. Okay, and I'm not going to show that right now, but I've shared that in my last video, so you got to watch that. But there's a bandage around his waist behind her, and that's because Reagan was shot, and he had bandages around his waist after he was shot. And then, of course, he survived. But another reason why is because this head looks like an alien head. It's very odd shaped. It looks kind of like an alien. And that's because when Reagan was speaking one year at the United Nations, he says, I often think that people would come together if there was some kind of alien threat. And that became somewhat famous, especially on truther circles and things like that. But anyway, so he's one back there, okay? And then let me get into this next thing. So right here, this scene of the Antichrist, he's got barbed wire. Right here, he's got barbed wire around his head. Okay, and that's signaling death because his eyes are closed at this point. Okay, let me go back here. Okay, so we have the barbed wires wrapped around these two presidents, and I'm going to show you how this is Trump and this is Obama. We also have, I believe this is Gerald Ford. This is a Bush that's dead. This is Kennedy. There's all the presidents that basically back here. Carter. There's no barbed wire wrapped around him back here, but there is some wrapped around Reagan right here, but you can't see it from here. You can see it from the other angle. And like there's nothing around Clinton. He's here. Things like that. So anyway, that's representing, I'm saying death, because look, so that's when in my last video he entered the cathedral, which you see in the background right there, when he dies, and that's what that barbed wire kind of, secretly representing the barbed wire. Okay, it probably has other meanings too that I don't know. I don't know all the meanings. There's so many meanings. There's so many symbologies in this video. It's really crazy. In fact, a lot of people brought out all kinds of different meanings that I'm like, oh, that makes sense. I mean, it's not the main meanings I think that is super important, but there's so many things to this. Again, it's very demonically inspired. And then because they're showing this as well, this crown of thorns, when Notre Dame Cathedral was on fire, this is the supposed crown of thorns, right? That the Catholic Church has. Yeah, right. I mean, I don't believe anybody really has it, and if they do, anyway. But this was a very contrived story. You see, this supposedly houses these crown of thorns right in here, and gold and everything, right? If it is true, then the Catholic Church has all these different relics from the truth, and they won't let anybody look at them or verify them or anything like that, of course. And that's a Catholic cathedral. So, and the story was a Parisian chaplain who entered Notre Dame with firefighters and saved the crown of thorns has been once again hailed as a hero. Again, this is a story for more predictive programming, more things in it, and I'm not going to get into all that right now. But as you see right here, there's the thorns, okay, and he's dead, and then he becomes alive, and the thorns disappear. See, they disappear. Okay, and then right after they disappear, because again, what ties as well to this FF is the Notre Dame Cathedral burning, and then those being removed. Remember, he says right here, they were removed, right before the fire. And so here he goes, it's removed. The crown of thorns is removed by this guy, right? And then here comes the cathedral starting to crash. See? Okay, that's all. Again, I'm showing you FFs like crazy in this. There's so many I've covered in the past. I'm not going to get to all of them, but I'm sharing with some of them. And then check this out. See how this exactly matches, if you don't know about this, how this exactly matches the Notre Dame fire, the spire falling. Even looks like it's a little bit. In fact, when I go back here, his eyes, see his eyes? Even though you don't see a noticeable fire, his eyes are on fire, showing the fire in his eyes. Okay, this is crazy. I hope you're following this. This is real, people. Okay, and this was on, of course, April 15th of this year. Okay, and then it just so happens to, on that exact day, which is impossible, I'm showing you all kinds of impossible things, how this could match up exactly right. And on the exact same day, Alaska Mosque on Temple Mount basically was on fire. The exact same day. So basically, what that's showing is saying that when this day happens, the final day, the 11/23, I believe, is the nukes and everything. Things will be on fire, and then that'll be the fire birth of the Antichrist, and then it will be the end of Christianity, right, and Islam. Because they want to bring, as Albert Pike said in his letter, they want to bring in the pure doctrine of Lucifer and have the world worship the Antichrist. And that's what this is all planning to do. That's why we have chaos going all over the place, all these protests, all these different countries right now, and so many things going on. And Trump being impeached and all that. I mean, are you kidding? The timing on this is crazy. It just starts happening around this time. I mean, are you kidding me?